And I can tell you, the great and powerful Trixie has never been more excited.
Obviously. But say, why exactly is that? I don't recall you ever even meeting Cozy Glow in person. So why would you be this excited over watching a movie premiere she stars in?
Well, it's not her I'm excited about. It's actually the movie itself. You know, I never let anyone know this after I found out it was Twilight and her friends all along who were just acting as her. But I for one deeply admired the mysterious Mare-Do-Well.
You did? How come? As far as I know, that was just a very local thing limited to Ponyville. How did you even hear of her in that short time span of just one show episode that she was active?
Well, back then I was actually still watching the show. I needed to stay in the right mindset for my return in Season 3. Anyway, the first half of the episode I really adored. Mostly because Rainbow Dash got humiliated and was made to feel less of a pony. That's always fun. But what really inspired me about that hero is the fame she got.
Pardon me?
Yes, it was the fame that I so obviously deserve, which I was denied it when the showrunners didn't invite me back for the second season. At that time, I didn't know that I myself would go on to become something even close to a tertiary protagonist.
Well, I think that's a little far-stretched.
That's what you say. My point is, she represented what I wanted to be. Famous and loved by many. And even though I achieved that by now, I still remember the concept of Mare-Do-Well fondly. At least enough to make me curious about what they would do for a movie with her.
The way I know modern film industry, they're probably gonna retcon her species to some minority that's not even a pony, and they would also definitely swap her gender if she wasn't already female. My guess is she'll either reveal to be a yak, or a changeling, maybe a hippogriff even.
Gee, some pony has been watching those alt-right YouTubers again, hasn't she?
I'm not even going into an argument there, not if you started by referring to them as alt-right.
Well, good thing we have more we care about than meaningless political opinions. Otherwise, we couldn't still be best friends.
That's very much true, Trixie. I'm glad that at least you're a somewhat sensible lefty.
And I'm glad I can see past your stubborn close-mindedness enough to love you. Platonically.
What else?
Welcome, every pony, tonight in Applewood to the grand premiere of a brand new film. Directed by newcomer and quickly rising star filmmaker Rector, tonight you all get to see an exclusive first screening of his first big project, The Mysterious Mare-Do-Well. An additional welcome to our visitor from Canterlot in representation of Equestria's own government. As a sign of support and love for free art, we have Princess Luna among us. Give it up for our beloved princess! Yeah, she may have been a supervillain once and a nightmare legend for 1,000 years straight, but still she managed to become loved far greater than her sister ever was. Mainly because of the latter's actions, but who cares? Every pony is happy we can now rely on her guidance. But coming back to the movie, starring world-famous author A.K. Yearling, known for her adventure series Daring Do. Who would have thought a secluded author was also capable of playing a role of an action hero that convincingly? I'll be honest, I didn't, but her performance speaks for itself, as all of you will no doubt find after viewing the movie. In this movie, Mare-Do-Well is at the very start of her career, and she is directly faced with a very uncommon kind of villain. One who is a living proof that books shouldn't be judged by their covers. That goes for the character, as well as the actress who played her. Ladies and gentle colts, in contrast to the heroic Mare-Do-Well, we present to you the villain who makes it all seem like child's play. Cozy Doll, part played by a new rising star on the Applewood night sky, Cozy Glow. Some of you may have heard of her before, as she played a memorable part in the last few seasons of Equestria's official TV show. After a brief period of orientation, I think it is safe to say that she has now found the way that leads to the top. Once the premiere is finished, our stars will of course be ready to answer any questions and pose for pictures. But all of that later, because now it is the moment you all have been waiting for. Proudly I present to you the mysterious Mare-Do-Well.
I used to be nothing but an ordinary mare. Until one day, when I realized that in this world, nothing good comes on its own. And when evil thrives, a mare must do well. To protect her city.
95 minutes later.
Now, that was definitely a movie that I watched.
So you're saying you didn't like it?
What? No. It's just that, well, you can see that it is the first project of this director. And all my respects to AK Yearling, but she is better at writing stories than performing them.
Ah, Starlight, the film critic strikes again. So tell me, what exactly turned you off her performance? I for one didn't notice anything wrong with it.
Well, she did do a good job of making us believe that she knows what she's doing in the action hero business, but her dialogue was just a little weirdly delivered. You know, it felt like she was trying to sound like her book character would, daring do.
The audience will know what's funny about that statement. But another thing, Starlight, I didn't know you were also an evolution expert.
A what?
Tell me, when did you make this groundbreaking discovery that a Pegasus is actually not a real pony race?
What the fuck are you even saying right now?
Well, they must be. After all, you were so certain that Mare-Do-Well would be revealed as a non-pony. Don't think I didn't notice how you avoided looking in my direction when the announcer spoke Yearling's name.
Okay, maybe I was wrong in that department. But exceptions just prove the rule.
Or maybe exceptions prove that you were wrong.
Fine, perhaps. Nevertheless, can I say, this film was okay at most. It did what it needed to do, but nothing more than that. And just between the two of us, Cozy Glow really should have reconsidered her performance as well.
I am
Her old-timey English, it might fit the tone they were going for, but I still found it to be a little too excessive.
Not arriving on scene.
Well, like I said, Cozy Glow's performance has been nothing but stellar. Exceptionally well played. Oh, hi, Cozy Glow! I did not at all notice you coming into hearing distance.
Smooth as a box of rocks, Starlight. Ah, my utmost greetings, Starlight Glimmer. As well to your platonic mere friend. Oh, we're not actually... Nah, you got me confused. You did say platonic, but also mere friend. Which is it now? Why can't it not be both? I, for one, think that love goes deeper than mere bodily attraction. You don't need to actually be lesbians in order to share a loving bond.
Well, that's good, because we are not.
Definitely. But say, Cozy Glow, where did you learn such wisdom on this specific kind of situation? You could say it comes naturally, being a pony like me. As imagination might show, my own love life is a very platonic one as well. For reasons plain, any of my acquaintances are always entirely emotional. Because what stallion in his right mind would consider bodily relation with a pony of my youthful looks? But that need not be your concern. Anywho, I must notice that while you have followed suit on my invitation, there is an abundant lack of presence in the rest of the main six. Were they somehow hindered?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. In a way, they were. Though it was no outside influence that kept them from coming, rather than their simple unwillingness to. Twilight, for one, told me that despite all she was told about your movie, she still couldn't believe it was real. She was dead set on it being nothing but a scam. So when we received these invitations, she threw hers in the trash without opening it. And the other 5 of my friends just shrugged and followed her lead.
Huh, I see. Well, I can't really say that I blame them for believing that. Before we started shooting the scenes, I also found myself doubting the thousands of bits I invested coming back to me. But thankfully by now, everything is the way it's supposed to be.
You can say that again, Cozy Glow. If Mr. Rector hadn't been so enthusiastic about his plans and his concept hadn't been as refined as it was, I would have probably backed out of financing this project. But I must say, it is an exciting time being an actor and playing a hero. I can imagine. It must almost feel like you are in one of your books, right? Almost like you were the actual daring do. Yeah, almost. Don't worry, I know of course who you really are, but I thought it would be fun to make the viewers wonder a little.
Quite a laugh, Starlight. Say now, Cozy Glow. I know you probably want to celebrate your success a little first, which is understandable, but I still wanted to ask you if you already have any further plans for the future. Being a pony in the showbiz myself, I know all too well that any fame is short-lived, especially if it's the first time. You would be wise to build out your business while you're still on top. My most humble gratitude for these educational words, Madam Lulamoon. But fear not. I indeed have already made quite a plethora of plans with my associate, Mr. Rector. The Mare-Do-Well franchise is to be expanded greatly, which, judging by tonight's reception, should prove worthwhile. As you may have gauged by this movie's narrative, it serves as a prequel to an upcoming animated series, in homage to the acclaimed Batman series from the 90s. In this show, Mare-Do-Well shall be faced with a fortitude of new villains, as well as the constant threat of her arch-nemesis, Cozy Doll. After the show has aired its 52 already greenlit episodes, another movie is going to come out that concludes the series' plot. we as well have already been working on a concept to shamelessly cash in on the success of the Todd Phillips Joker movie. I am confident that I am just as capable as Joaquin Phoenix was of filling the role of a wicked villain with tragedy and pitiable wretchedness.
We aim to make the viewers understand that even some pony as evil as Cozy Doll always has a reasoning for their doings, be they justified or not. In their eyes, they most certainly are.
And you gotta cut Joker some slack. After all, you can't spell slaughter without laughter.
Seriously?
Well, she's not wrong. And just if any viewers are wondering, yes, I shamelessly stole this joke from when I heard it in a YouTube video. Thank you very much.
And if everything works out with the owner of the Power Ponies IP, we may even be able to create a crossover movie.
The premise of this film would probably be something along the lines of Cozy Doll traveling to Metropolis in an attempt to find assistance in her battles against Mare-Do-Well. Maybe she will employ the help of the Power Ponies themselves, deceiving them to believe Mare-Do-Well was the villain. Or she may also team up with the maniac. That's up to Daryl mostly, whatever he prefers. He is the director after all.
I must say, that sounds all really exciting. I for one am really happy for you. Mostly because this did not turn out to be a scam.
Trust me, so am I. But between the two of us, I always trusted that Rector would make it happen. I sensed his passion behind the project and his genuine conviction of both our great potential. And now, things could not be going any greater for us. In fact, I also have received numerous other invites to castings for all sorts of roles. Next to those that emphasize my frivolous villainy, I have also been offered more serious roles, for example in classic theater. Pony Hamlet is one I am inclined to aim for. Pony Hamlet? They're going to make the name a dumb equine pun soon enough. Don't worry. Just at the moment, they couldn't think of one.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just heard that we're both required on stage to pose for some photos with Daryl.
The never-ending demands to a filly of fame. So on then, my fairest of friends.
Goodbye.
Have fun.
So, that was Cozy Glow. The plain and rational Trixie must admit that you did indeed not exaggerate her way of speaking. It is most unusual, let alone for a foe.
Don't let looks deceive you, Trixie. Remember what she said about that love thing? She's actually way older than we are.
I know that. I was just speaking from others' perspective. But I for one can admit that I would not care about such a dilemma. If my love is pure and genuine, who cares what she looks like? All that matters is the consensual wish for intimacy, and if she's actually of age, there is no problem with that.
Great.
What?
Oh, nothing. My best friend just outed herself as a lolicon. That's all.
Oh, fuck you. Like you wouldn't be glad I was this open if you had the same condition Cozy was in.
But we aren't a couple, remember?
Oh, yes. Right. Never mind then.
Let's get back inside.